to a girl who is 25, single, beautiful, intelligent, rich, and famous. Well, when she stands next to you in all her glory, I can only say, Deepika Padukone, you are India's most desirable. Feast your eyes on her because I'm taking her away, okay? You know, looking at you, Deepika, I could add more superlatives to describe you, but people know that you're beautiful and poised and elegant. Who is the Deepika they don't know and can't see?
What I get from a lot of people is that I'm simple and grounded.
Underneath the glamour.
Yes. And I want people to see that.
You know, Deepika, we all have basically one driving goal in life. What is it for you?
I think since childhood, I've always been very ambitious. I was in school and I thought of my life and what I want to do. It's always been about work and about being successful in the work that I do.
No, I can see, you know, you're a very strong person, very focused. But, you know, I remember meeting you a year and a half back, and I think this was at the end of the Ranbir phase. And I saw in you some phase of insecurity and vulnerability. Do you go through phases like that?
Behind this independent, strong, you know, go-getter exterior that I have, as a person, I'm very, very sensitive, very emotional. I get attached to people very easily. I guess that was a phase in my life that I was going through.
Deepika, when you first came into the industry, I think about 4 years back or something, I remember thinking, here is a girl who comes in with a fresh new breeze, devoid of hypocrisy, devoid of pretense, in an industry that is really so full of it. You had the courage, the modernity to be able to speak about your love, your commitment, your tattoo, but you've changed from that person. Why?
Because I think the media makes you like that. And I think somewhere my life became about my tattoo, it became about my relationship, it became about everything else but what I'm here to do. Yes, all these things are personal to me, but that's not me. Or that's not the only...
Not the only
thing about my life. Because I think somewhere he and I both felt that if we were open about our relationship, somewhere we'd get our space and get the respect for being open about the relationship. And we are still really young,
Yes.
you know, and we as a couple don't even think of marriage or anything else. But the media is already deciding that for you. They're getting you married. They want to know when you're having children. They want to know if your families are okay. So I think somewhere it puts pressure on me, on the person who's in a relationship with you. And I think there's just unnecessary negativity, unnecessarily.
I know you're in a happy place now. How do you look back at that phase, the Ranbir phase? Do you look at it negatively today?
Of course, everybody goes through that hurting phase. But I think I'm past that now. We're very, very good friends. And I think we're in this amazing phase today where because we spend so much time together, we know each other really well. I mean, I look at it as a wonderful experience.
Even the end?
Even the end. Today, now I can do that.
How did you deal with it, Deepika?
I think my work kept my mind occupied, my family, my friends. The fact that I decided to pull myself up and say, listen, you're young. You're one of India's
most desirable.
Yeah, and that these things happen. And I think that phase also that you're talking about is the phase before. And like I said...
Before the end.
Yeah, before the end. And back then, I don't think we even communicated too much at that point. But he's always been there for me. And so even if we decided not to be in a relationship, he was still there for me through the entire thing.
That's wonderful. So tell me then, that tattoo, what did it signify for you then?
I think the importance of that relationship to me in my life at that point.
Did you tell him that you were doing it, or did you just tell him afterwards?
Well, we discussed it. It was my decision.
It was your decision. Well, you moved on, but the tattoo remains. What does it stand for now?
I honestly haven't thought about it.
It's a very permanent kind of a symbol.
Right.
It's showing on your body. It's not just somewhere hidden in the back of your heart or your mind. That's why I say that. It is a permanent reminder somewhere of an important phase in your life.
Right.
Where you grew,
Right.
where you fell in love, or where maybe it didn't work out exactly the way you wanted, and then you went past it and came out of it.
You know, that's one thing that I have no regrets about. It's not something that I feel awkward about. It's not something that like I said, it's just there. It's something I haven't thought about at all. I
And
think it just brings back like fond memories. Forget the bad phase. But I think just the kind of impact that a person can have in your life, I think for me, that's what I take from a relationship.
tell me something, Deepika. Today, I mean, you're absolutely, your career is on boil, full boil. Is there anybody you look at as competition?
Everybody.
No.
Seriously, everybody. All the girls, everyone.
You can't.
And for all the aspiring ones. Because I think just the way I arrived overnight, that could happen to somebody else.
So, I mean, who can compete with you?
I think everybody who's in the industry right now.
Who can compete with your discipline?
Nobody.
Okay. Does this come because of your sports background?
I think since childhood, I've been like that. I'm very systematic, very correct.
Be organized.
And be organized, whether it's my exercise, whether it's sleeping on time, not drinking, not smoking, taking care of your skin, protecting your skin from the
So
sun.
what do you do? How do you do?
I think different products suit different people. For me, Neutrogena suits my skin the best.
Okay. Deepika, who do you think has redefined their status and come back as a person with more desirability?
I think Preeti, she took an interest in sport and now runs an IPL team after being an actor. Who else? Leander Pace?
Yeah.
He's doing a movie now.
Yes, yeah. Tell me something, Deepika. What kind of a person are you in a relationship?
I think I'm a very giving person.
Yeah.
And when I give, I think I don't expect anything in return. But I at least expect the person to appreciate or respect what they're getting. The love, the taking care. I think there's this mothering side to me as well,
Is
I
there?
think. And because when I give, I just give 100%.
Really?
I just, there's no guard.
Very interesting. Why? Because in a relationship, you say there is no guard. Professionally, there is a guard.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not a better idea to have it
The other way around.
opposite. But Timmy, when you're so young, you're in your early 20s, can you commit to a long-term relationship?
I don't know. I think you can work towards it. I'm not one to have frivolous relationships. I'm not saying that marriage is the be-all and end-all of that relationship and that it has to go down that route. But it has to have some direction. Because if you're in it just to have fun, then for me, then I'd rather not be in a relationship.
And what would you not put up with in a relationship?
I think infidelity,
Infidelity. It's very important to you.
very important.
I can
In any form, it doesn't just have to be physical. But I think even mentally just not being there, I think is not being fair to your partner then.
Are you a possessive lover?
I think I'm protective. I think a little bit is good, but not to a point where it's going to drive you mad and crazy. And that I think that's also one thing I learned from my past relationship. To not be entirely dependent on one person. Because when that's gone, then what?
Then happiness is gone.
So you can't allow somebody else to be the driving force of your happiness.
As they also say that before you choose a lover, you have to be happy being alone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't choose that lover because
Because
you
you're
need
alone or because you need somebody in your life all the time. I don't think, yeah.
Yeah, I know infidelity is very important to you. Would you forgive a momentary fling?
I don't know. I think it really, once the trust is gone, I think it's very difficult Because there's a certain purity that comes with a relationship from the beginning. And if something like that happens, then I think there's a crack. And then I don't know if it's completely repairable.
Yeah. So finally, Deepika, do you feel you have found the one, or have you found and lost the one?
Don't look at me like that.
Important question.
I don't know. I think I'm finding. I don't know. I think it's too early to tell.
When women sit and talk, it's usually about men and love and relationships. But on the other side of a small break, you'll know about the other relationships in Deepika's life, very important ones. So come back. Siddhartha, Malia, what can you tell us about him that people probably don't know?
He's very good looking. I think he's very charming. I think he speaks very well. He's very intelligent for his age. And yeah.
Renault Fluence presents Semi-Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Renault Fluence presents Semi-Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer.
As you must know, I'm a curious person, and I'm always looking to find the defining core of a person. And you know, invariably, I always find it in their family. So what can one know about you through meeting your family?
I think I'm a reflection of my parents and the way they brought me up.
Let me introduce Prakash Padukone, Deepika's dad and international badminton champion. Ujjwala Padukone, Deepika's wise and beautiful mother. Your father was always known as the gentle tiger on the badminton court. Would you say you are a bit of a gentle tigress?
Yes.
Henna?
Yes, I think that's, yes. So the entire first segment that we've discussed, we could have just summed it up in 2 words.
Gentle tigress.
Yeah.
Right from a young age, she was very sure of what she wanted to do. She's very determined, very focused. She knows exactly what she wants.
Deepika is a very warm and caring and a fun-loving person. When she comes home, she's lighting candles around and making the place warmer. And so there's a lot of warmth in her.
Oh, how sweet.
Isn't it? But tell me, do you think your father would have preferred or would have liked you to follow the badminton tradition?
No, not at all.
He wouldn't.
He always stressed on the fact that we should do what makes us happy, what drives us. If you're going to do something that you're not interested in doing, your heart's not there. So I think it's very important to follow your heart.
How did you take on such a giant decision to step out of your cocoon and move to a city like Mumbai?
It's definitely been a struggle. I wouldn't say it's been easy. I think I made the decision, but I didn't know how I would go about it. And I always spoke about moving to Bombay, but I never thought about the logistics of who am I going to stay with, the transport, the expenses. And these are things that I realized after I moved.
So was it easy for your parents to let you go?
I don't think. But I don't think they showed it either, because I think they wanted me to feel like they were okay.
Letting go of her was not easy at all for me because it just happened so suddenly. Theoretically, we all know as parents that someday the kids have to leave home. But when it actually happened, it came like a jolt to me because it just happened so suddenly. For me, it was rather frightful in the beginning, but I just learned to cope with it.
But looking back, I think she has proved us wrong, and then she's really matured as a person, and that move, I think, has definitely helped her to come up and also to be independent at a much younger age.
But Deepika, were you ever frightened when you came here at the age of 18?
It was difficult, but I was never scared.
Was Bombay friendly?
Very friendly.
Did you ever feel initially, I can do what I like, come back anytime I want,
No.
go anywhere?
No.
How come?
I knew what my priorities were, and I knew that for me that was not my life. That if I'm going to start partying and drinking and socializing at that age, I didn't want to get used to that. I didn't feel the need to, and it didn't happen.
Did you make any friends here that you could count as close ones that you could go to during tough times when you arrived?
No. My parents who I could speak to. But no friends from the industry or from the modeling world who I could just pick up the phone and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
No.
One of the problems that come with the star is all the stuff that's written about you. How did your parents take it?
I think it was difficult for them also initially, and I'm sure knowing them, I'm sure somewhere it still affects them a little bit.
Initially, it bothered me because I really wasn't used to anything about us being written that way.
I think now we are pros at, so we don't really pay much attention to what is being written.
But now Siddhartha Mallya is perhaps one of the most eligible men in India. And people have caught very rare glimpses of him, on television. He's very elusive, and mostly with you. So what can you tell us about him that people probably don't know?
When he's coming on your show, I think they should get to know him through
Give
that.
me a preview.
I don't know. I think it's something that I'm more comfortable not talking about.
But why?
Because I don't know what he would want me to say or not want me to say. So I don't know.
Do you change yourself according to the person you are with?
I think, yeah, maybe a little bit. But I think if two people have to be together, I think you also need to adjust to
Sure.
each other. You can't
Sure.
just be yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to give and take. I think you know him more than I do. You've seen him growing up.
Yeah, but I'm not in a relationship with him.
I don't know. What do you want to know?
More than friends?
I think it's too early to define or say anything about it right now.
But in any case, you're not into casual dating, are you?
No.
You're not.
No.
So anybody that you're dating, you are dating with the long-term
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
correct?
I said this to you before.
On the show. So are you looking at this relationship in the same way? Would you like it to happen?
I don't know. He's an amazing person. And I think what I admire about him the most is the fact that everything that comes with being a Mallya is inconsequential to the boy. He's a very simple person. He's very real. He's very simple. And the person I know is the person that he was when he was back in London, when he lived alone, when he was in boarding school, when he could just step out of his house and nobody knew who he was and just be anybody else. And I admire that simplicity in him. And I think his parents have brought him up very, very well.
Did you know him from before?
I've known him from my Bangalore days. I've known him when he would come to Bangalore. Like you said, he's a Bangalore boy and we have a lot of common friends. We have met socially a couple of times.
And no sparks flew at that time.
Who's saying they're flying now?
I am. I am.
Well, he is very attractive and good looking, so why not?
Absolutely, why not? On the contrary, I'd say it's hard to resist him.
You should tell him that.
I will tell him. I'm telling you. Is it hard to resist him?
Well, yes, I think he's very good looking. I think he's very charming. I think he speaks very well. He's very intelligent for his age. And yeah.
Good girl. Do you talk to your mother about the kind of man you would like to marry?
Yeah, and I keep telling her that she set such a high benchmark for the two of us, for my sister and me, with my father being a role model, that it's going to be very, very difficult to match that.
Well, one thing I know for sure is that both of them would like to marry somebody who is like Prakash in every which way. And I keep telling them that I think God doesn't make this kind of people anymore. But it's very important to have somebody who is loyal and faithful, because that's the way Prakash and me have been, and that's what, they've grown up seeing, the loyalty between the two of us. So that is of utmost importance, and if the person happens to be successful, then, well, that's an added icing, I would say.
I understand now how important
Exactly.
this is to you.
Yeah.
I know that you've idolized your parents' marriage.
Yes.
And you want one
Just
exactly
like that.
Just
Yeah.
like that for yourself. But I really, really hope and pray that you get it.
Thank you.
We'll find out, fingers crossed, what love has in store for Deepika. If you want to know, come back after a break. I would like to know if she has already met the person she's going to marry.
Simi, why are you doing this to me? एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो निशाद बाबू? ईश्वर का आशीर्वाद होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर.
Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer.
Welcome. It's Personality Cafe time again. Here in our cafe, we discover unseen, untested dimensions of the desirable one sitting in front of me. It's fun, funny, and entertaining. And frankly, I don't think anybody can be desirable unless they have a sense of humor. So here is Personality Cafe. Deepika, if you could look into a crystal ball, what would you like to know about your future?
How many questions can I ask the crystal ball?
You can ask as many. I don't mind spending the whole night here finding out what's going to happen to you.
I think I'd like to know what my life is going to be in the next 5 years.
Okay, cool. Well, we don't have an inanimate crystal ball. We've got a living, talking prophesier, so you can ask all your questions. All right?
Okay.
So, Deepika, your date of birth is 5th of Jan, as we know, and which makes you ruled by Mercury, which will help you in your travel, communication, work. Your destiny number is Jupiter, which will give you a lot of fame. Even if you're not an actor, whatever you do in your life, you'll be famous. Can I just have your hands? Thank you. And if you could just shuffle the cards like this.
I have to shuffle.
Yeah.
I've never done this before.
Really?
Yeah.
But do you believe in it?
Are you listening?
We'll decide after we hear
After
everything.
the segment.
No.
Okay, I want you to pull 7 cards with your left hand. Okay, well, your cards are very interesting. You've got the card of 8 of Wands. A lot of positive things happening in your life right now. You've got King of Cups, a special friend in your life who's very supportive, who's very loving, emotional, caring. There's a lot of good chemistry and understanding between the two of you. 7 of Swords, of course, we know about your past and past relationships and all, but 4 of Pentacles, so your property card has come out. So,
How amazing. That
Yes.
looks like Prabha Devi.
yeah.
It does. That's my building. Look.
And of course, you're a deep thinker. The Hermit
Yes.
sometimes too much.
Yes, that's so true.
The Hermit says you'd like to go within and you like to check out every introspect of things.
Oh, God.
Yes,
So every single card,
represents you.
It's accurate.
it's bang on.
Great. What are your questions? Is there anything you want to know? Marriage, career, love?
anything.
Simiji?
I would like to know if she has already met the person she's going to marry.
Okay, why don't you pull that from the Lovers Tarot?
Simi, why are you doing this to me?
Okay, you've got the King of Stars. Yeah, you would know him. You already sort of have met him. I can describe your person for you.
Yes.
He'll be very balanced by nature, very intelligent, highly educated, extremely well-to-do. Wealthy is definitely a part of your fame because, I mean, it's a part of your destiny because of your Jupiter. So wealth is a lot in your life. Personal wealth and wealth from husband. One thing I can tell you, he will adore the floor you walk on.
So happy.
Do you want to know when marriage is approximately?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I want you to pull 3 cards with your left hand.
Don't tell the media anything.
No, no. Okay, when it comes to marriage, marriage is a bit late because you've got Ace of Cups, so which means another at least 3 years.
Oh, great.
So I think next 3 years will be career boom, boom, boom.
Great, great, great.
And fame is super. And again, you've got the Eight of Staves. It's amazing. You pulled both the same cards in both different decks, which means a lot of positive growth.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Thank you. Why don't you pull a love message and we'll see what the angels also have to say.
One card.
Yes. The love message is answered prayer. Your prayer will be answered in love.
I'm so happy. Truly so happy.
So I think love marriage is what we are looking at. And relationship compatibility, definitely.
I love that. Thank you so much. I know Deepika got her answers, and I know you're itching to get yours. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play our game called Truth Bucket. Everybody's put their names on a piece of paper into a bowl, and the very lucky person will get to ask you any question that they want. If you don't want to answer the question or you want to avoid the question, you'll have to pay a penalty. Shall we go? Come on then.
Manan?
Hello, Ms. Padukone.
Good evening.
First of all, congratulations on the way you've handled yourself throughout the interview today. It was
Thank
fantastic.
you. Thank you.
Which is one married actor today who you wish was single and why?
I think I very openly and blatantly have a crush on him, Arjun Rampal. But I mean, although I think he and Meher make a fantastic couple, I wish he was single.
Okay, thank you very much.
Karan.
I'd like to ask you, which co-star, a male co-star, do you think needs a hairstylist? According to you.
A lot of them. Listen,
Pick one.
I still have to work with a lot of people.
Then it'll be a penalty.
Penalty. Wow.
Do you know what the penalty is?
No.
come on, tell me.
I would rather come on the stage and get a hug.
Is that the penalty?
That's one of the penalties.
I think I'll do that.
Really?
Zunisha? Hi.
So I just wanted to know which actress in the contemporary is the one which you envy.
You're talking about my contemporaries, right?
Yes, the contemporary.
Yeah. I think from Kareena, I would learn how to just be so natural in front of the camera. From Katrina, I would learn working hard.
Just one name.
I think I'd learn a little bit from everyone.
You didn't get my answer, like only one.
Did I not answer it? Give her a penalty now.
I'm going to give you an autographed hamper.
Oh my God.
Autographed by Deepika, which will be a boon for your clear and healthy skin.
Oh my God.
Ready?
Thank you so much.
Nishad?
Happy, very happy.
Good evening, ma'am. My question is which is the movie that you watched recently that bored you to death?
That bored me to death.
Yeah.
Can I tell you this in a couple of years when I retire?
No, I would rather take a penalty.
Penalty coming up. Now I have a choice. I think I will say you would have to recite a beautiful love dialogue to Nishad.
Okay. एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो निषाद बाबू, ईश्वर का आशीर्वाद होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर, सुहागन का सर का ताज होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर, हर औरत का ख्वाब होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर।
I really love it.
Sharanya?
I really want to say this. I love the way you carry yourself. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I'm inspired by you at this moment, and I'm sure I'll be inspired throughout.
Thank you.
And I love the way you carry your tattoos also, and you know what I'm getting to, right? Okay. What if we give you a chance to think of it right now? What would you do with it?
Keep it.
Keep it? Thank you so much.
Thank you. David. David.
Hi, Deepika.
Hello.
See, you and Rambir made a great pair. So, where do you think it went wrong?
I don't know. I don't think it went wrong. I think we're just two completely different people.
What happened? Like, where do you think it went off? Because you all were going great. You all were like the best couple.
Yeah, but only the two of us will know what happened.
So, does that mean you're not answering my question?
No, I said, you asked me what went wrong. I said we're two completely different people.
Fair enough.
So come back after a small break. Deepika and I are waiting for you. Have you ever baked cookies live on a TV show? No, you haven't. Okay. Will you do that for us on this show? Yes.
Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer.
I'm glad you're back because we're still at Personality Cafe. I'm going to play a game with you, which is actually a college game. And it's a lot of fun because you get to know a lot about people that you didn't know, just through a mere yes or a no. It's called Have You Ever? Okay, so you have the horn here, and you have a gong here. When the answer is yes, you'll hit the gong. And when it's no, okay, we're starting. Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes, I break hearts too.
Have you ever pretended to be someone else on the phone when a journalist called?
Oh.
Yes. Have you ever wanted to marry your earlier relationship?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to pick up the dinner bill on a date with a guy? Lunch or dinner?
Yeah. All the time.
All the time?
No, I'm joking. But I have.
Have you ever felt insecure in front of another woman?
What does that mean?
Yes and no. Have you ever thought that the IPL match you were watching was boring?
Never.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No. Mistake. I got confused.
Okay, no.
No, I
well-
don't think they were boring.
Okay. Have you ever lied in a television interview? Yes.
You didn't say this
did.
one.
No, not this one.
You said, oh, television.
You have.
Yeah.
Have you lied in this television interview? That's horrible. Can you tell me where you lied in this television interview? No? Okay. Have you ever said just friends when you were clearly in a love relationship? Yes, yes, yes.
I have.
Have you ever baked cookies live on a TV show? No, you haven't. Okay. Will you do that for us on this show? Yes? That's really nice. You know. Here's your kitchen. You need maida. You want to put salt in your cookies?
A little bit.
Pepper?
There
in your
is, there
cookies?
is.
No. Okay.
Okay.
What's that, butter? Ghee?
That's a little maida, a little cardamom.
Any of you enjoy cooking here?
Oh, I love guys who cook. You get it to a consistency where you can make dough-like balls and then you place it on the tray.
What is this called exactly?
Well, in Maharashtra, it's called naan katai.
Okay.
It tastes a little bit like shortbread cookies.
Buttered cookies.
Yeah.
Okay. Benne biscuit.
Benne biscuit. Speak Kannada?
Valle urgi.
Ulle urgi.
Valle urgi.
My oven is hot.
Now we have to decide who's going to get to eating these cookies. Should we have some volunteers? You come and have a bite.
Yeah, you can have one because
Nice? Can I taste one? I promise you, these are really, really yummy cookies. I wouldn't say that otherwise. And if you would like to download the recipe, Deepika's been very sweet. She's going to give us the recipe and we're going to put it on our website and you should just log in and get the recipe. We're going to take a small break. Come right back.
Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Renault Fluence presents Semi Selects India's Most Desirable, co-presented by Neutrogena Ultra Sheer.
Welcome back. I'm very happy you're back. Are you happy they're back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do a small thing which would help a lot of less privileged people. Would you just sketch for us what you feel is the face of Deepika? And we're going to auction it for charity.
Okay.
Lovely. Deepika by Deepika. I think that's really lovely. And if any of you want to own this painting, please go on to our site, which is www.starworld.in/SSIMD and make a bid. And you know that a lot of people will benefit from the charity. So be generous and bid well. Thank you so much. Come along. So tell me, guys, did Deepika dazzle you? Yes! Did she take your breath away? Yes! Do you want to take her home? Deepika, this is from our hearts to your hands.
Thank you. एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो निशाद बाबू?
Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes, I break hearts too.
I would rather come on the stage and get a hug.
I think I'll do that.
If Deepika asked you straightforward, marry me or leave me, what would be your answer?
I'll say, give me a call when you're 56.